the founder of Yoga Buzz, and this is another interview in our series of conversations with people across the country who are integrating yoga into things that they're doing off of the yoga mat. And so today I'm here with Tatum Fjerstad, who is the creator of Actual Humans of Yoga and is currently touring across the country with her Move.Sit.Write tour. And she'll actually be here in St. Louis April 15th and 16th. So, hi.
Hi.
So first of all, tell me a little bit, how long have you been yogaing?
I've been practicing yoga for maybe 6 or 7 years, but you know, like you cheat on your resume and you say like, the first time I practiced yoga was 10 years ago and everything changed. But like mostly it just didn't. Like I was like, that was tight, and then didn't do it again for like 4 or 5 years, and then started more seriously like 5 or 6 years ago. So
nice, cool.
Yeah.
And you're based out of Brooklyn, is that right?
Yeah, the government, like, well, I feel like it's okay to say this. The government thinks I live in Brooklyn. That's like where my address is.
Mm-hmm.
But I currently live in a Ford Fiesta that I rented from Hertz in New Haven, Connecticut. And I am driving around the country, as you mentioned. And I'm a month into the tour now, and I have 2 months left.
Sweet. So
yeah.
tell me about your Actual Humans of Yoga project.
Sure. So a couple of years ago, I started working for Wanderlust and the yoga festival that's the biggest one in the world. And I have always been very passionate about really altering the inclusivity of yoga and actually showing the people that practice it. Because as someone who's taught yoga for around 4.5, 5 years now, my classes are not full of what a lot of mainstream media shows are in the classes, you know, and while I understand how marketing works and I happen to be very good at it, I don't think that that's the message that the yoga industry should be sending. So I love telling stories, and some of them aren't true and they end up doing me a bit of harm, and some of them are really powerful. And I think that we all are storytellers because we all have past experiences which become stories in our current lives. And they're things that we share or we keep inside. And then once we share, we feel better or embarrassed or whatever. And so as sort of two different purposes or sort of end goals with this. One is to talk to people who don't look like me. And everyone is a beautiful, messy, vibrant human being who has tons of stories and experiences that were we to be vulnerable enough with each other to share these experiences, not for any gain, but just to share them to show I also happen to be human. We would solve, I think, a lot of the problems that we have in the yoga industry and in our communities in general. That is not to say that we aren't all different and that we all don't come from different backgrounds and that those should be respected and acknowledged. I'm not trying to just be like, we're all the same and it's all because of our stories. That's definitely not it. But I think there is a way to take these stories to create stronger connection between people. My story was the first one, which is sort of the reason I decided to go out on the road, is this sort of deep disconnection to self and this idea that like I really do kind of live my life through the experience that other people have watching me live my life, which is like social media culture where it's like, did you approve of that? Do you guys all like that? Okay, I'm doing it right. Thank you. Bye. Yeah. You know, like I'll give you more things to approve later. And so I'm really trying to step away from that, and it's really hard. And one of the hardest things for me to do is to make eye contact, really solid, meaningful eye contact that, I mean, you probably see, it's even hard for me to look at the computer. You've probably seen me look over here a lot. It's always to the left, you know, I'm always like, and there's my stage of people. It's just the corner of a room, but I'm like, and now I'm telling the story instead of telling to the person who's here in front of me.
I go up. That's where I usually go, is here.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think we all do it. But I think it's important just to like talk about those weird little things that we do because it's scary to show yourself to someone, because I'm assuming that everyone that watches this, at least in once of their life, has shown themselves to someone and they've gone, no thanks. Or they've hurt you, because human beings can be really mean. And it is so hard to recover from that. Like, it is strangely hard to be like, okay, you're just not the right person for this. You're cool. I'm still cool. This doesn't mean that I am a terrible human. Right. I'm just going to find new people to be vulnerable with until I find my people. Life is messy. And you might not ever get over that person that you lost. And that's okay. You'll still love other people again. You can be really angry about this and still really happy about this. It's all happening at the same time. And there are other people that would love it if you could listen to them. And people want to listen to you. And that's community. That's yoga. That's why I love this stuff, is because I have to confront that every day. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, for sure. Well, okay. So tell me a little bit about what can people expect with, you're doing 2 workshops, 2 sessions here in St. Louis. What can people expect from that experience?
Writing a meditation to find your voice is the first one. And then writing a meditation for manifestation. And the first one is for people who are like, I've like tried to meditate and I sometimes journal, but like not really. And I feel like it's really indulgent. But I feel like it might be useful for me to process my own life. It might be a useful tool for me to do. And I want to know what this lady thinks about it. And then I talk about it. And we practice different meditations where I show you what it's like to focus your mind and then to not focus your mind. We talk about what it's like to just free write and get your stuff out there and then to reread it. So many of the people I meet, they don't want to keep their entries.
Yes.
They're like, I rip it up. I don't want to read it ever again. It's done. I burned it. But if we look at that stuff over a great period of time, sometimes it's a month or longer, we can see patterns in who we are. Mm-hmm. And we can go, I don't like that I say the word doubt. I don't like that I'm this mad at this person all the time. I don't like how much I talk about how hungover I am. I'm going to stop drinking. I'm going to start to believe in myself, even if that means I just like write it on a Post-it and put it on my mirror. Yeah. And I'm not going to talk to that person anymore because they hurt my feelings. Mm-hmm. And then you're like, oh shit, I am in charge of my life. Holy crap. Like, I forgot that. The second one is for people who have sort of done it. They know the power behind it. They feel like they really got it. We're going to do that together. We're going to talk a little bit about some of the modalities that I use and the things that I believe in. And that is for people who are like, but I can't seem to really do it all the time, and I'm not sure how to make it something that I really do. We're going to do an art project. I'm going to like lecture on like why you can totally do it every day, even if you have 19 children and 17 jobs. Like, you can make time for it, I promise. And then we're gonna do an art project that I'm really excited about at the end, where we're all gonna bring like something that's really important to you, like an image or a clipping or something, you know. And I don't want to spoil it, but like it's really special. And every time I do this art project with people, I learned it from Elena Brower. We did it in her teacher training, and it's a really powerful tool as a reminder and a keepsake, and something that sort of helps you create ritual around taking better care of yourself. So
sweet.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Yeah. I also bring chocolates and oils. So like if you like chocolate and you like oils, like smelly oils, I have that as well.
I love it. You're like, and if that didn't hook you, chocolate.
Yeah. I will feed you. That's like, I'm from Minnesota originally. I know we've talked about being Brooklyn, but I'm like, I eat my feelings like a bro. So like, I know the power of that.
Sweet. Well, thanks so much for taking some time to chat and share your passion for what it is that you're doing and this adventure that you're on. Thank you.
Thank you.